I got a question. Now, if this was your ordained spouse, and this was the person that God intended you to be with, to get back with, to marry, to be in a relationship with, you wouldn't get humiliated and embarrassed. You wouldn't end up getting caught up for things that you wasn't getting caught up for before you got back with them or got with them or married them. You wouldn't have a lot of run-ins with the law. And what I mean by that is like, okay, like y'all ain't arguing and fighting to where it's like domestic or disturbing the peace. But it's just like, since you got back with this motherfucker, or you got with this motherfucker, or you married this motherfucker, you in trouble with the law and shit. And, or you're being embarrassed. And then everybody will tell you, well, y'all got all this together. Woo, woo, woo. Well, they know they not with who they supposed to be with. And they stuck with who they with. Because they disobeyed God. So now they try to trap you, and then you be dumb enough to fall for the shit. And then God give you the signs and significations that I did not tell you to marry this person. I didn't say I had this person ordained to you. None of that. None of that. And it's just kind of weird because, like, it's like, oh, well, damn. Shit was smooth before I got back with you, or shit was smooth before I got with you. But when I got with you or got back with you, goddamn me, shit started falling apart. Weird shit started happening. And see, y'all gotta know the difference between this is a test from God and this is not what God intended. Because y'all got it real confused out here. And then you want to come at people like me and try to tell us we missed out and we fumbled when we did not. We obeyed God. And that's on the tip. Rather, if we didn't want to, and we did want to. We didn't want to leave a person alone, and we did want to leave a person alone. We did what God told us to do. Whereas, too, you didn't. So then, okay, he give you a second wave of hints. Like, you need to get away from this motherfucker. And it started off with minor arguments or infidelity. And then after that, incarceration. And after the incarceration, what's left? Death or destruction. But that's on y'all. Meanwhile, we're happy in real life and y'all happy for fake, for the world. We with who God intended us to be with. And that was with God and alone. You with who God told you not to go be with. You went and got with who man and everybody else said get with. Not what God said. You did what everybody else said. That's a difference. Know the difference between God telling you something and a bunch of motherfuckers just telling you some shit to have you in the same predicament or the same relationship and marriage as them. So they don't be trapped and looking stupid alone with the motherfucker that they stuck looking stupid and alone with. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers out here, they'll come on TV, come on the internet and pretend they're a happy family and they're a happy married couple and they're happily ever after together, and off camera, they together but alone. They together but alone. And then the only reason why they on the internet or on television trying to present they got such a sway relationship, such a sway marriage, is just to try to make people like us feel bad or make us feel like, hey, go ahead and look stupid and be dumb. Go ahead and destroy yourself to make everybody else happy, or just to have this title, or just to look this type of way. I will never, And that's why motherfuckers hate me now. That's why motherfuckers talking shit. Because I'm not the dummy. I never was and I never will be. I'm the first and the only. What makes you think I'm going to be second to last or the last? And you be mad because I'm not. And then the last be thinking they been the first when the whole time you been the last, when the one and only decide to step off. Because they're one and only. Whereas you're the second best, the second choice, the last resort. No, you don't want to be the last resort. You want to be first pick. And if you're not first pick, then you need to go. Because in your life, God picked you first. In your life, you came first. In your life, you came first to God. In life, you're supposed to put yourself first. And to sit here and decide to be somebody's second or last resort, the nerd, wow. But that's you. Better you than me. And if a title and a bunch of unvaluable currency will have you doing that, I don't want you in my life, because I don't need that around me, and I don't want that bigotry seeping on me or rubbing off on me in any kind of way, because I'm not a bigot and I don't fuck with bigots. That's peasantry. And see, you'll know about people who truly believe in God and walk by faith and walk along God, because they'll leave it all. They'll leave it all behind. They don't care what they lose, because they know they're going to get it back double, triple. But for a motherfucker that don't know God, ain't walking with God, and not wrapped in God, they going to stick around with whatever it is that got them still going money-wise or title-wise or reputational-wise. That motherfucking part. But the last thing I want is a motherfucker who don't know how to be alone. The last thing I want is a motherfucker that don't know how to walk away from everything and to let go everything. The last thing I want is a motherfucker who will accept any and everything just to have a title or just to have a certain amount of money or be in a certain fucking class. But when you're top tier, you're better than cash itself. You're more valuable than cash. You're more valuable than materialistic things. That part. So, my merry people, let these motherfuckers drive themselves to the grave and to jail, trying to make us feel some type of way with a sad, lonely soul habit. As the worst thing in the world is to be with somebody and still be alone. To be with somebody and make a vow and they break every fucking vow that you made together and you still stick the fuck around. Not only that, you're disloyal to yourself, but you loyal to a motherfucker that ain't even loyal to you. And this is why I've always walked off and left for myself and left for God. I never left another female friend for another female friend. I never left another man for another man. I never left another family member for another family member. And I never left a job for another job. I spent time with myself and with God and healed. And then I moved forward. Get like me. You can't. So shut the fuck up. You don't know what I went through. You don't know what I endured. You don't know none of that. But I can tell you this. You're weak when it comes to me. You're weak compared to me. Now stand with a crowd while I stand alone. Because at the end of the day, with that crowd, with those people and all that money, I still win. I'm stronger and I'm still richer. That gotta hurt and it gotta fucking suck. Yo bad. Checkmate.